set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On first down, it's Taylor. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And got his man complete.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Taylor to throw on second down. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And it's brought in by Eric Decker. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. Now movement already, so a flag down here on our very first play. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. A shotgun snap for Locke. Over the middle, complete. That's Doyle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 13 yards there, offset some of the penalty yardage as it's second down. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Anthony Hitchens in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Luck. It's complete to Grant. And all the way down to the 5. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity of the ball game. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Throwing his Luck. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. Now Luck on 3rd and goal. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down, here's Taylor. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. From the gun, it's Taylor. A bullet throw, but incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Ware. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Doyle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the interception, here's Taylor. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Jabal Sheard in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Taylor back into his end zone. And Taylor cannot escape. He goes down to the end zone. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems. And this qualifies as a big problem.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10. the run. It's Ware. Room to run past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Right back to him on first down. Room here to run. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
675.
Now it's Luck. Forced out to his left. And he's got room. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On second down, here's Luck. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Looking deep for Hilton. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On second down, Taylor. To Decker over the middle. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
To throw is Taylor. To throw on second down. His throw incomplete. His tight end Clay, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
On third down, Taylor eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first.
On third down, the defense decided to blitz. A very good job of recognizing it, stepping away from the pressure, and finding open space to scramble and pick up a first down.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On second down, it's McCoy. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Okay, come on. You got 4. You got 4. You got 4 down. Let's go.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. The Bills on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Taylor. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Matt Ioannidis in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This from 54 yards away. And Hauschka's kick is good. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now with Ware. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Luck going to try to run the option left. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He can run for it, and he will. He has enough for the first down, and the keeper a gain of 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A final shot before the break. Luck. He sets to fire deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Here's Luck. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they're going to face a third down. Out of the gun, Luck. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. With it is Brown. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Taylor will bring the Bills up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Very nice thing. Very nice thing.
Now Taylor looking to throw on 2nd down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
3rd and long, it's Taylor. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense.
Now a hit and Luck lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
To throw on 2nd down is Luck. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover two, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Looking to throw on second down. Taylor. He's got his running back, LaShawn McCoy. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And the Colts getting ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Luck now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
12.
Here's Luck. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jerry Hughes in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
12. Ready.
Luck. Looking deep for Hilton. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Third and long, it's Luck. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Taylor will bring the Bills up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48.
Ready. 319. 319.
They'll try and get the running game going with McCoy. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of weeks to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Final minute now of the third quarter.
Two-jet. Ready. 319. 319.
From midfield now, here's Taylor. Right side, there's Decker. A good pick up there at 20 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Taylor going to hand this one off to McCoy. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, it's tough time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now it's Taylor. Flush to his right. And some room to maneuver. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting him.
0.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Danico Autry in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. To throw on 2nd down. Taylor. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the shotgun, it's Taylor. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it'll be brought down by the Colts. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 42. They run it here. Ware. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. A shotgun snap for Love. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
4 down. Hey, easy. 11B.
Here's Luck now on second down. Throw left side complete. That's Doyle. And the ball is knocked out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a second down. From the gun, here's Luck. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. The Colts on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. To the air again, Luck. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the All-Pro, Navarro Bowman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Taylor will bring the Bills up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 22. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Luck gonna throw it. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills' offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Crowder's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through the...
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Throwing now, Luck. Escaping the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
To throw is Taylor. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Now a play fake here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second and 10 now, it's Taylor. They'll buy some time right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Eric Decker was the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On 3rd down, Taylor hit. He lost the football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And Brown's got it for a Bills touchdown. Corey Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Hauschka with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Colts are going to recover the football. And that should be enough to get them home. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Going up top. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And that will write a finish to this ball game.